Benteler Automotive announced that it's going to close its Grand Rapids manufacturing plant. Not good news, right? Well, the Right Place is launching a response team to help the company with its transition that it's making here. And this morning, Birgit Close, the CEO of the Right Place, joins us live in studio to talk about this a little bit. Thank you so much for coming in,
Absolutely,
Birgit.
my pleasure. Thank you.
So you're going to help with this transition, but this isn't exactly what the Right Place has done in the past. You guys always bring new manufacturing or new businesses to West Michigan. You don't so much help out with the transition here. Is this a new direction for you?
Well, it's not really a new direction. Our first number one job is to keep companies here, okay? And then we attract. So, and Benteler was one of our very early German attractions. My very first visit to Germany for the Right Place 26 years ago was to Benteler, in fact. But let's not forget something. The company has not just this plant in the region. I want to remind your listeners and viewers, they have a plant in Wyoming, they have a plant in Holland, and they have a plant in Galesburg.
Yeah.
So the company is doing its very level best over the next 10 months to make sure and talk to their employees, and they're going through that process right now, of seeing who would like to be reassigned to some of the other plants in the area. Okay, so there may not be very many layoffs at all.
I see. So people may get transferred and moved around.
Transferred and given the opportunity to take positions in other plants.
Okay.
Now, some of them may take them, and some of them may not. And
what
then
about the ones that don't get the opportunity?
Then we will step in and work with the company and see what else can we do. Now, let's remember, we have an unemployment rate of 5.9%. You just ran a story on Gentex.
Oh, I know.
Looking for workers. So
that also begs the question, what's going on with Benteler here? If Gentex is looking for people, Benteler's shutting down a plant.
Well, what Benteler did, it's a global company with 25,000 employees. They did an analysis of all their plants. They're also closing a plant in Alabama, so they're not picking on Grand Rapids. They've also have reduced some of their footprint in their headquarters in Detroit. So the work is going to get distributed to the other plants that they have. They just maximized the plants that they have. So this is not oh, Grand Rapids is a bad place to do business. It's not, we don't like our workers. It's none of that. It's a rationalization that happens every day with a lot of companies. And what we want to do is help the company say, okay, those people who are not going to take transfers, what can we do with them? How can we help them? And then what can we do for the site that is in a very critical part of the city of Grand Rapids to reuse it for future use?
We're out of time, unfortunately. I wish we could have more time because we have a lot more other questions to ask you about that situation. Just really quickly, though, do people need to get in contact with you then at the Right Place?
No, we are working directly. The city and the Right Place have formed a team to work with the company directly. So we are not the persons to come to and say, where do I find a job? That's not it. We want to visit and work with the firm, the city and the firm to make sure that that transition over the next 10 months goes smoothly, and what can we bring to the party to make that happen.
So if you're affected by this, wait and see if you find
wait and see,
yeah,
because you may not be looking for a job.
All right, very good. Thank you so much, Birgit. I appreciate your time this morning.